Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to MKPJ Party Monday. I'm so excited to hang out with you this evening. My name is Farrah Fontaine Felix, and I am Senior Cadillac Sales Director with Mary Kay. Excited because Mary Kay has a brand new product release. We actually have new products that we release every single quarter. And so this quarter, we have a new product release, and I'm going to go through them with you. And as I go through them, I'm going to kind of do a quick dash out the door look. It's going to feature some of the new stuff, some of the stuff that's already in our product line, but maybe that you haven't seen before or wonder how you can incorporate them into your skincare and glamour regimen. So we're going to dive in. And as I go through, I'm going to share with you some fun things about me, some fun facts about Mary Kay. I want to hear about you. So start off by in the comments, letting me know that you're here. Say happy Monday. Let me know who your consultant is. And if there's any questions you have, you want me to answer as we go through, I will go through. We're not going to focus too much on skincare today, but I do want to show you a few things. So just so you know that for purpose of this, I have already cleansed. I typically use our entire Ultimate Time-Wise Miracle set. And if you've hung out with us for any length of time, you know that on Mondays I micro, on Wednesdays I charcoal, and on Fridays is Facial Peel Friday. That's my typical skincare regime, along with the Ultimate Time-Wise Miracle set, which incorporates our 4-in-1 cleanser, our daytime defender, nighttime recovery, antioxidant moisturizer, and our eye cream. Okay. For purposes of today, and so that I can show you some of the new stuff we have and some of the things that we have that have maybe been rebranded, and because my focus is really going to be on some of the glamour items that we have for your spring and summer looks, all I did was cleanse. All right. So my face is already cleansed, just so you know that. And the very first thing we're going to talk through that has been rebranded that I want to share with you guys is our nourishing oil. Now, this is one of my favorite products, even prior to the rebrand. And rebranding just means it has, a new label. Okay. It was part of our Mary Kay all natural line. It is an all natural oil. No, nothing else. It's a mix of some coconut oils, aloe, jojoba, all of that fun stuff. If you want to know the exact ingredients, okay, I will let you know. And this is something that in seasons I'll use in lieu of a traditional moisturizer. So if you're someone who says, I want an all natural option for moisturizing my skin, you maybe tend to get irritated by traditional moisturizers. You're not necessarily looking or focused on anti-aging. The nourishing oil is a great option. It's great for everywhere. Comes with a little dropper like this. I'm going to put a little bit on my ring and middle finger. You guys have rubbed my ring and middle finger together, and I still apply it just how I typically apply all my skincare. I like to still use it on my neck. I love putting it on my fingers because I get a little bit on my cuticles. Okay, I'll put it like on my hair, ends of my hair, you guys. This is great for any place you need some all natural moisture. The men love it for their beards as well. And I'm just lightly applying it now as my moisturization step. I would not typically use both moisturizer and nourishing oil. It's going to be either or. And one of the things I love about this, it smells so good, okay? It smells so good. It's nice and light, not too greasy, which is one of the fears sometimes we have with an oil. So this is our nourishing oil rebranded in this season. Next thing that I'm going to show you guys as we get ready for spring and summer, it might still be cold where you are, okay, but that's okay. We got to get ready for spring and summer in advance, is our Mary Kay SPF 50 for the face and body. SPF 50, you guys, one of the highest SPFs. My husband works out in the sun, and he's been using this for a while, and he absolutely loved this. He drives for his job a lot. He absolutely loves this. So you have broad SPF protection, SPF 50. This actually is face and body. We do have the mineral facial sunscreen broad spectrum that is only for the face, that is kind of like a moisturizer combined with SPF. So if that's something you're looking for, we've got that. But I'm going to use the face and body because this is brand new coming out in this season, in this product release. Again, I just need a tiny little bit because I use the nourishing oil as my moisturizer. That doesn't have SPF. Everybody, no matter how light, no matter how dark, does not want to walk out of the house without SPF protection. Again, I love any SPF that's nice and light. This is for face and body. We do have for face alone, as I mentioned. Very nice and light. Doesn't smell too SPF-y, if you know what I mean. Okay. And then you can use it on your hands, on your whole body, everywhere you need SPF protection and coverage, especially if you do drive. We tend to have one side that gets exposed to the sun more often than not. Putting it on my neck, on my décolleté area, very nice and light, not too greasy. So love that. That's one of the also items that's coming out in this newest product release. In addition, I'm not going to put this on, but combined kind of as we get ready for warmer days is our After Sun Replenishing Gel, okay? And so After Sun Replenishing Gel is a great option for after you've been out in the sun. It's, primary item is aloe vera. It kind of comes out blue. It's really pretty and helps soothe any irritation from the sun if you have as high level as sunburns, or sometimes, you can just get redness and irritation from the sun. We also have our After Sun Replenishing Gel that will be available over the next few months. This and the SPF 50 is not always a part of our product line. The Mineral Facial SPF is always part of the product line, but the SPF 50 face and body and the After Sun Replenishing Gel are really more like spring, summer items. So if you live like where I live in Florida and you need it all year long, you might want to connect with your consultant and get enough to have it for all year long, because those are special edition items, which means they're not around all year long. The nourishing oil I showed you will be around all year long, and you'll hear me use the wording limited edition for some of the items, which means when they're gone, okay? And regular line means it's always here. All right, so let's dive into that. So I did my prep. I did my cleanser, 4-in-1 cleanser. I did my nourishing oil. I added a little bit of SPF, and now we're really going to dive into some Glamour. So one of the things I'm going to use that's part of our line that exists all the time is a little bit of foundation primer. This also has SPF, just a little bit of SPF 15. But before I apply any type of Glamour to my skin, I always want to prep, okay? You think prime before color, prime before color. We actually have an eye primer, a foundation primer, and a lip primer. I'm not going to use all those things today because this is kind of our dash out the door, but I will at least do a little bit of primer prior to doing any other Glamour. It also serves as a barrier of protection between my face and Glamour. So I cleansed, and now I'm going to apply more heavier Glamour, but I have that foundation primer as a barrier of protection between my skin and the Glamour. Okay. Another thing that I'm going to do that's part of our regular line that I think is paramount. Our eye area is one of the things that will either make us look a little older than we are or show our true age. So almost all of us need a little bit of concealer or under eye corrector. I wear glasses and I tend to have a little dark line there. So I almost always will have a little bit of concealer, at least. Do you guys already see the difference between eye with concealer and eye without concealer? Okay, let me know in the comments, right? I dab this. I love the brush that's right there as part of our concealer. We do have a concealer brush as part of our brush collection, but I typically will just use the brush that's on the concealer. I also have very dark lids, okay? And so I like to apply a little bit of concealer to my eyelids to lighten up my eyelids to get ready to have some eyeshadow. Today, I'm going to do some cream to powder eyeshadow, but I still will always do that. Now I'm going to take my liquid foundation brush, and you guys, I'm going to dab my concealer to blend it in, lighten up, freshen up that eye area. And do you see how just a little bit of concealer is going to make you look younger, more alive, okay? Because dark circles will really, really tend to age us, even though we're young and fun, okay? And having fun, okay? All right. So just a little bit of concealer. Still haven't done anything crazy, but even when I'm getting ready to dash out the door, I'm not going to dash out the door without concealer. You will very rarely see me like just no concealer whatsoever, because I think it adds so much to have just that little bit of brightening up underneath the skin. Now, if I was doing a full Glamour look, if I'm getting ready for a date night or whatever, I might use our full foundation. But for the purposes today, and we're focusing on quick and fun and easy, I'm going to actually use our CC cream. If you know anything about my story, you know the number one thing that almost made me not start a Mary Kay business 17 years ago was the fact that I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to wear makeup, and I don't know anything about makeup, and I don't even like wearing makeup, okay? So CC cream is where it all began for me, and to this day, I still love it for a quick, easy, look where I'm going to look polished. I'm going to look like I did something, but I'm not going to look like, I had crazy levels of, I'm about to walk in the Victoria's Secret fashion show level makeup, okay? CC stands for Complexion Correction Cream. It's a little bit of tint, a little bit of moisturization, a little bit of SPF. We have 5 shades of CC cream from very light, light to medium, medium to deep, deep, and very deep. I'm going to actually use the very deep, although there's seasons where I use the deep, there's seasons where I use the very deep. I can use both, and most people can, but I'm going to use deep in this season. And I'm just going to take my 5 dots, and you guys, with my foundation brush, I'm going to blend in. What I love about the CC cream, extremely nice and light, gives you another level of SPF protection. Still looks like me, okay? I like using the brush, although you can use your fingers. I'm going to highly, 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 highly recommend that as you're growing in your skincare and glamour journey, tools are just as important as the products. I didn't show you my cleansing today, but when I cleanse, I use my Skin Vigorate brush. It's a tool that supports my skincare. All right. You'll see me using brushes throughout. Number one, I don't want to have the CC cream all over my fingers and touching doors and walls and everything. But you see how much easier it is to spread evenly when I have my liquid foundation brush. It's one of my favorite things. The bristles are specifically formulated for liquid. You cannot put liquid on any old type of brush. In a minute, when I do my cheek colors and we're going to do some highlighting and bronzing, you'll see brushes that are meant to hold powders. Those brushes are a little bit different and softer than brushes that are meant to hold liquids, okay? So now I did my CC cream, I did my concealer, foundation primer, did a little bit of moisturization with my nourishing oil, got a little bit of my SPF protection, and honestly, I could probably put on lip gloss and rock it out, but we're gonna do a few more things, okay? Another item that we have coming out in this season that is probably one of my favorite things in this, and this is a special edition item, which means it's going to be around for a while, but not forever, is our brow kit, okay? Again, my journey is I wasn't necessarily like a makeup person, and brows were a mystery to me. So you guys, I love how, if you can see here, we have like this little 4-step of how to use the brow kit. And I'm going to walk you through just these 4 steps really quickly right now. Let me see if I can make this a little bigger so that you guys can really, really see it, okay? Let's do this. Yes. All right. So we're going to do all the steps here, and we're going to have fun and rock it out. So first of all, let's just take a look at this brow kit. All right. So comes in all different colors. We've got dark brunette, we've got blonde, and we've got brunette. I am going to use the dark brunette brow kit. All right. That's what I'm using. Comes with these brushes. So you've got a double-edged brow brush here, and then our regular brush that we do have that, and a tiny little spoolie. How awesome is that? Okay. And then you'll see that you have 3 colors as part of this. All right. So you have your, hold on, guys. Let's do this. This is all happening live, which is really exciting. Okay. So if you look in your brow kit, whether you have brunette or blonde or dark brunette like I have, the number 1 shade in the brow kit is called the brow pomade. The number 2 is brow powder, and the number 3 is highlighter. And this literally just walks you through how to use it. So you guys, we're going to follow exactly this. So first is I'm going to use the dual angled brush to apply the brow pomade in short hair-like strokes. All right, everything bad that happens with our brows, there's also a mirror here, so you might see me looking in the mirror, but everything bad that happens with our brows happens when we try to go too much against the grain. So I'm going to put a little bit here in my number 1, and you guys, I'm going to go with the natural angle and arch of my brows, but I'm just going to fill it in a little bit right here, okay? Again, you see the difference between the one that has been done and one that hasn't been done. Super nice, easy, just to fill in, still following the natural angle, God-given angles of my brows, but filling it in. Our brows kind of shape our face. We want our brows to be sisters, but they don't have to be twins, okay? A lot of time is spent trying to get them to look like twins. They don't have to look like twins. It's almost impossible, but I do want them to look like sisters, all right? I typically thread my brows because I'm going to get that question, and they just got threaded. All right, so I use my brow pomade. I'm just going to put a little more here. All right, and also help to shape and frame my brows, and that frames and shapes your whole entire face. All right, so let's take a look back at our next step. Now we're going to define. We're going to use the opposite end, the other end of the dual angled brush from what I just did, to apply the brow powder to fill in any sparse areas throughout the brow. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And the second one is my brow powder here, getting the clean side that I didn't use. And I'm going to keep this the whole time, like I know which side was used, okay? So now I'm going to fill in a few sparse areas that popped up. Sometimes as we age, we can start to see a little bit of gray in our brows. So this is great for that too. We also do have a volumizing brow tint. If you've never used that and you're finding with the grays, the brow tint can help with the grays as well. And again, I love how I want it to look hair-like. So notice I go shh, shh, not necessarily a harsh line. We do have a brow liner, but even when you use a brow liner, we want to use strokes so it appears hair-like instead of just drawing a line. And even dark brunette, you know, I want to use dark brunette because that's what my natural brow hair is. If yours is brown, use brunette. And of course, if yours is blonde, don't use dark brunette, right? That only makes sense, okay? So I'm going to do that. Easy, easy, easy. I love this brow kit. How versatile is this, okay? Then the next thing we're going to do, following our direction, gonna pop, we're gonna use our finger to apply the highlighter. That's the third one. I'm gonna take my fourth finger whenever I'm dealing with my eye area, take my fourth finger. All right. I'm gonna put a little bit of highlighter. I'm going underneath the brow, but above my brow bone. It's gonna pop so you guys see what I did here with my highlighter. Going right there. I got a little on my brow. That's okay. Can always go in and fill that in. All right. And going to add a little pop. Okay. We're doing our dash out the door look. So getting ready for a date night of Friday. You're going to go hang out with, your honey or your girls, whatever, after work, whatever you're going to do. Easy to take your daytime look to a nighttime look, especially with this brow kit, okay? So I add my highlighter. Now, another thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the spoolie. Oops, I close this. I'm going to take the spoolie and I'm just going to comb through to make sure, again, everything, all my hairs are lying flat in the shape and way that God intended them. And I'm also, this is not one of the items that's in the little step here, but we do have a clear brow gel. Just to keep them in place is our clear brow gel. I'm going to apply some brow gel. Again, more hair-like, so I don't I just shh, okay? You like the sound effects. All right, like that. And the brow gel is going to help keep this in place. And you guys, brows, all right? Now, as we wrap up our dash out the door look, I am going to use next item. This was released actually late in January, is our Great Heights mascara. This is one of our best mascaras yet. All right. So 2 out of 3 women would recommend it to a friend. It's got a precision brush that is designed to separate and lengthen up to 12 hours of wear without smudging or flaking. And you have 75% longer looking lashes with just 3 coats. So let's take a look at it. Brand new Mary Kay mascara just came out in late January. Look at the brush and the angle. Ooh, When I'm putting on mascara, ladies, I'm going to start at the base of my lashes. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Pull up. Start at the base. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Pull up. All right. There you go. Okay. Can you guys see that? All right. If I ever mess up, you always want to let it dry. Then it'll flick right off. Don't ever try to fix mascara in the middle of application. All right. So you guys see the difference between mascara-eyed and non-mascara-eyed. Big difference. Okay. So again, even when you're not necessarily trying to look super made up, and I'm not pulling out my 3 eyeshadows and doing all the things, but a little bit of getting your brows together, CC Cream, our new Great Heights mascara is going to give me a nice polished look. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me know how you guys are liking it. Okay. Now I'm going to take a little bit, two other items that Mary Kay just released in this newest product release. We've got some highlighters, we've got some bronzers. So we've got our illuminating bronzers, okay? So we have them in deep glow and in medium glow. Medium glow, if you have lighter skin, maybe Caucasian, light Hispanic. If you're darker Hispanic, African American, the deep glow. So I'm going to use the deep glow illuminating bronzer. And these are light reflecting marbleized powders. Helps to kind of give you a sun-kissed look, all right? So just as a general kind of reminder and rule, I like to apply my bronzer to the areas of the face that the sun is going to naturally hit. Generally, your forehead, nose, cheekbones, and jawlines, okay? That's where I'm going with my bronzer. I don't need a lot. I'm going to use our Mary Kay brush, all right? And I've got all my makeup here in our Pro palette. And oops, this is the bronzer, the Deep Glow bronzer. I just actually replaced the other bronzer that I had in there and used it. So I'm going to take my brush. I'm going to use like the tip of my brush here, put in my bronzer. And with my bronzer, since I'm focusing kind of on my forehead, nose, cheekbones, and jawline, I tend to kind of draw like a little 3 here, a 3, take it against my jawline, and another 3, and dip a little more bronzer, take it against my jawline, okay? The places where the sun naturally hits, blend it in, bring it in to create that sun-kissed look, okay? All right. Now, I am going to do a little bit of cheek color. I'm going to now use the back of the brush, and I'm going to use Golden Copper. That's right here. That's my favorite cheek color. To add just a little bit of smile and circle, smile and circle. Okay, just a little bit of cheek color. Right, we're doing dash out the door, so I'm not doing the most, but I'm doing a little bit, okay? Now I'm going to use, we also, in addition to our, and those bronzers are limited edition, which means when they're gone, they're not always here. We have our highlighter, which is also a limited edition, a special edition highlighter. So that means it'll be here for a while, but not forever. All right. And it's Golden Glow, great for all skin tones and types. So with my highlighter, I'm going to do a little bit different at the high points of my face. I can still use my brush. And with my highlighter, I'm going to use at the high points of my face, you guys, which are going to be the, let me show you, the tip of my nose. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to do here in between, all right, at the high points of my face, and to help give a natural glow a little bit above where I went with my cheek color. Okay, yes, all right, like that, kind of moving in like that. And it just gives you a longer, leaner look to your face, okay? Now, I tend to just get a little bit greasy. So whenever I'm doing anything, I'm always going to still just do, I'm going to take, and just to make sure that I stay nice and matte looking, I'm actually going to take my powder brush and finalize with a little bit of my pressed powder here on my palette. I use a bronze 2 pressed powder and just kind of blend everything in. Make sure I get a nice matte look. Okay. All right. And then the final thing that really adds a nice touch. Now, so far, again, dash out the door. It doesn't necessarily look like I have super amount of makeup on, but I am ready to hit the town looking nice, evened out. And I like to, especially when I do dash out the door and I do my bronzers and highlighters, I'm always going to pop with the lips because the lips are going to bring out the pops. So the mascara and the lips are the 2 things that are really, really bringing out the pop, okay? Add some mascara on our lip gloss. I am using, which you're going to always pretty much see me use, is our Evening Berry. And I'm almost always in a berry. And you guys, you ready to rock? I should have done a before and after. Let me know what was your favorite item that you saw us use today. All of this is available. Your consultant can support you with anything that you need. If you want to do a fuller glamour look, everything in Mary Kay is try before you buy. So she'll be happy to either mail you or connect with you so you can try this out for yourself. And we hope that we can help you love the skin you're in. Thank you, everybody. Next week, we're celebrating birthdays. So if this month is your birthday, we will be celebrating you next week for MKPJ Party Birthdays. It's your birthday party. So also, if it's your birthday or the birthday of someone you know and love, let them know we'll be celebrating them. We'll be happy to send them a birthday party prize packs. And we're going to focus a little bit more on skincare because remember, how old you are is your business, but how old you look is our business. Have a powerful on purpose pink week, everyone. Thank you.